I just came to take my seedlings outside and check on the sprouts, the new sprouts. Something has sprouted. The morning glories. They usually take forever. So I just got a call from the compost delivery guy. He is loading up my compost, so I have about 30 minutes before he comes. I've got to make my oatmeal and my coffee real quick and try and get it eaten. Peas are coming up. So I'm planting some of the onions next to the chives. So before I do any more yard work, I'm going to show you what I have left in my freezer, fridge, and cupboards for the rest of the month. It is, I think it's the 14th, and so I have 17 more days in the month, which is a little over half. So I'm really gonna try hard not to go buy anything. The main things I'm concerned about, I'm pretty sure I have enough actual food. It's the milk that I think I might run out of, and possibly eggs. So I'm going to put all the freezer stuff on my little island here. I cleared half the stuff off so I could just show you all in one instead of trying to hold the camera and pull out stuff. That's kind of awkward. I have a pound of ground chicken. I think I'm going to thaw this out so I can make tacos in a couple days. Go through the ready meals. This is beef and noodles, chicken noodle soup, pinto beans, a little bit more pinto beans, chicken noodle soup again, leftover Chinese sesame chicken and fried rice, curry and rice, and a pretty good size of pork ribs, sauerkraut, and rice. So I'm going to put these away and go through the rest. So I have 2 of the sea bass left, some gyoza, chopped onions, one of a butter roll, some Irish brown bread, peas, pesto. I don't know if I'm going to use this ever. Some bell peppers from the garden, celery, chives that are already coming back in the garden, cabbage, more bell peppers, corn, French fries, cornmeal, cornbread muffins, and 2 pita breads. So now I'm gonna, excuse me, I'm gonna go back in the back bedroom and get all the freezer food out of the little freezer. I'm pretty sure there's enough room in this one that I can turn that freezer off and defrost it and clean it up. So this is all that's left in the other little freezer. Spaghetti sauce and, or pasta sauce, whatever you want to call it, and pasta. 4 bags of bell peppers. Tomatoes from the garden. And green beans. So I think next week I'm going to use some of the vegetables, well, most of the vegetables that are in the freezer, and make a vegetable bean soup, because I think I have beans in the cabinet. So it all fits. So I just pulled the food out of the fridge. I'm not going to take all the condiments out. There's just too many, and it doesn't really matter. So I have milk, almost a half gallon. I have 7 eggs. At least one I'm going to use today. 1/4 of an onion. Half a lemon. It's in there. I don't know what it looks like. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. I might make some lemonade today. A little bit of smoked salmon, which I was going to use on my English muffins, but didn't. I forgot. I have 1.5 English muffins left. I might have to make another batch, maybe tomorrow. Have parsley, which I need to freeze, wash and freeze up before it goes totally off. Cabbage, so it's getting a little wilty, so I'm gonna eat some of it today with my fried oysters. I might fry some up tomorrow, fry some up for breakfast tomorrow. Egg rice, cheese, and cabbage possibly, and freeze the rest. This is I think it's a zucchini cake that I made, a little bitty mini one. I thawed it out of the freezer yesterday, well, overnight. Tiny bit of applesauce I made. I ate some in my oatmeal this morning, and I'll eat some again day after tomorrow. Pretty sure this is vegetable soup I thawed out. Yeah, I think. No, you know what? I think it's just green beans I cooked as a side dish, I think. I thawed it out yesterday too to eat. And a little bit of quinoa. So I was gonna eat my oysters with rice, but I'm just gonna use the last of this today and eat part of the oysters with this instead of white rice. This is the cabinet over the fridge. I have a little bit of wheat thins left, about 3/4 of the instant coffee, and a whole brand new thing of peanut butter. I have some alfalfa sprouts. I started some more last night. I'm getting a little bit low. And black tea, Lipton tea. It'll more than get me through the month, I think. Okay, a whole thing of taco shells, maybe 3 or 4 servings of the cream of wheat is left, a little honey, a partial box of lasagna noodles, and about 1/4 of the peanut butter. Sunflower seeds, I like to eat them in my salads. Corn chips, 2 things of panko, which I'm going to use tonight to make my oysters. About 3/4 of these pecan sandies that don't taste real great. Pistachio nuts. Running real low on pecans. Still have those dots. A whole bag of popcorn, and then the rest is yeast, and there's a little jar of yeast up behind the panko. This is my spice and drug Tylenol over-the-counter med cabinet. So the only thing I really need is bouillon cubes, which I'll get after the first. I'm totally out of beef flavored. All I have is chicken, and I have no cinnamon. Plenty of oil, and I have some vinegar. I think the other one's vinegar back there too. So I have chickpeas, a can of corn, manwich, lemon jello, 2 packs of taco seasoning, some pickling spice, a pound of pinto beans, a little bit of white egg noodles, cocoa, and the only fruit I think I have in the house besides the lemon, grapefruit. I am all out of potatoes. I have a box of taco shells. Another one, I should say. No onions except what's in the freezer. Some banana nut muffin mix and one pack of cold noodles. Wheat flour, quite a bit. Well, yeah, about half that container full. A lot of flour, all-purpose flour, and some sugar. One can of light kidney beans. Just gonna stick that up there. That's empty. Oh. And I think there's about 5 servings of oats. So I have, ignore the coffee. I need to clean this drawer up. I have a little bit of coffee beans in this pack. 2 things of tea. The honey that came with this brand of tea. I had a whole box of different flavors. It's the only one left. And a little bit of another tea, very little. I don't know if that's even enough to make a cup. It's baking supplies, just salt and cornstarch, powdered sugar, baking soda, baking powder, more salt. Had to buy another one because this one's getting low. That's it. My rice, I have more than enough to get me through the month. A little bit of molasses, well, a lot of molasses left. I have 3 packs of coffee. I got another one back down here. Just gonna put them all in the same place. And then I have 3 cans of ravioli and SpaghettiOs. So do you think you could go 17 days with what I just showed you? I think I can do it. It may not be fun. Yeah, the milk and the eggs are the biggest problem, I think. The thing I'll miss the most. Oh, I forgot my cheese. I forgot to show you the cheese and butter. I have a whole pack of butter I took out of the freezer, I think yesterday, and a little bit of the last pack. So more than enough butter. Got American cheese slices, sharp cheddar, I'm gonna eat with my tacos, I think. Parmesan cheese, and a little bit of Mexican blend, which I'll probably eat first for my tacos. So the hardest part besides the milk and eggs is not going to get onions, because I cook a lot with onions. So I will have to just substitute all the chives. Probably need to use the ones in the freezer first, just for the flavor. And I can have salads because I planted so many lettuce seedlings that they're all starting to get big. I could probably eat a salad every day and it still wouldn't affect the plants. So I'm gonna go finish my coffee first, drink a little bit of water, and then go try and start filling the bed up that has the kohlrabi in it. It is supposed to storm the next 2 days. Like there's a 90% chance of rain, storms. So I'm not looking forward to that. I hope a lot of my manure doesn't get washed away. And I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. Well, not a lot, but I'm pretty sure I bought 2 scoops last year, and this year I got 3, and it doesn't look any bigger than last year from what I remember, but oh well. Hopefully it fills up all of my beds and I don't have to go buy any bag stuff, because I really don't want to pay those prices. It was expensive. Yeah, especially since I had to pay a $75 delivery fee because they were coming from another county. It was $60 a scoop for the composted manure, and so it was $180 plus the $75 delivery fee. But I'm pretty sure when I used to buy bag stuff that I paid a lot more than that. So, and I really like it. There's some extraneous material in it, but not nearly what you find in the bag stuff. So I'm gonna change my shoes, drink my coffee real quick, and go to work, and I will come back and make some fried oysters. think I'm going to plant some radish seeds while I'm out there. These are only 4 years old. These are really old, from 1999. So I think I'm just going to plant them, both packets, into one grow bag. I think I'm ready for a break. I'm not sure what I got is enough to fill all the beds, maybe close. And I probably won't get it all done today. So I'm gonna make some fried oysters. So I finished off my water and I made some iced coffee with the last cup I made this morning. Or this, yeah, I guess it was this morning. I think I woke up at 11, I think. So the first thing I'm gonna do is chop this cabbage. I just eat it raw with my oysters. So I'm going to try and do this with just one egg. I might add some water and see if that works or not. So I'm heating up some cooking oil, a good ½ inch or so. And it needs to be really hot when I start putting the oysters in. Okay, now comes the messy part. So I'm going to start by taking one of the oysters, dipping it in the egg. Then the egg and water. It's usually just egg. And then in the breadcrumbs. I don't know if you can see that. Trying to get away with only using one little tiny egg. I don't even think that would have been a large egg if I'd bought it in the store. This is why I don't make them very often. Maybe once or twice a year. So I'm going to start putting them in the oil. So I have all these breadcrumbs and a little bit of flour and egg left over, and I have those green beans. I have the green beans in my refrigerator, and as I was making that and noticing that I was going to have so much left over, I thought I would, thinking about making like a green bean casserole kind of thing with them. So I'm just going to cover these 3 things while I go eat real quick. That way they won't get anything in them. And I'm going to thaw out the rest of the way the green beans. That way I can drain the liquid and put this together. So here's lunch. Fried oysters, a little cabbage, and quinoa. I've only ever eaten this with rice, I think. White rice. So hopefully it's not too bad. Eat it with ketchup. I guess you have to like oysters, but they are delicious. You gotta get a bite of everything all together. So I'm gonna go eat real quick and then come back and put together this little, green bean casserole thing I'm gonna make. I'm gonna put it in the microwave. So I am stuffed. I have enough oysters for dinner. I even have enough for the quinoa, which I didn't think I was gonna have for the next meal. So I'm gonna put all this up and then I'm gonna make the green bean casserole. So I'm gonna make a tiny little casserole. I'm gonna see how I'm gonna do this, I don't know. Okay. It's just green beans, the cherry tomatoes from my garden. Well, the green beans are from my garden too. And then onions. And I may have put a chicken bouillon cube in here, because that's what they taste like. I put a little bit of the broth in here. The egg in here, what's left of the egg. It's gonna probably have a oyster flavor, but I don't care. And then I'm gonna put some of the, I wonder if I should put eggs. Maybe I'll put a little bit of egg, a little bit of cheese. Maybe some Parmesan. And then some of the a lot of the panko. Put a little bit of butter on top too. And now I'm gonna bake it. I guess I'll start out at 15 minutes and then check on it. My little casserole is done. I'm just gonna try it to see if it's any good. I'm glad I put the cheese in. It's really good. I'm still full from the oysters, but this is really tasty. I'm gonna put this in the fridge and eat it tomorrow. Probably for lunch. And now I think I'm going to take a nice hot shower. I'm done working in the yard. I need to bring my seedlings in first. Getting ready to open. We're supposed to get storms tomorrow, and it feels like it. I've had my shower. I'm warming up my dinner right now. I think I'm gonna go relax a little bit and work on the video. If you aren't subscribed and you like my videos, please subscribe. I'm washing clothes again. Sorry for the noise coming from both things. You all take care. And thank you for watching. Bye.